G'day guys, Jazz here from Jazz Real Estate Eview Group, Point Cook. Hope you're doing great. The reason I'm making this video today is about notices. If you are issuing a notice to vacate to the tenant on any ground, it could be 91ZZA or for that matter, anything. Highly recommended that you review your notice to vacates that your property managers are preparing, because the wordings in your notice must be critical and clear. For an example, if you are moving back into your property, you must explain in detail. The wording should go along the lines of you explaining in that notice that the reason why you are getting the tenants vacated or the renters vacate the property is either yourself, name of the person or the persons, family members, your children or parents, name them in that notice that would be residing in the property immediately after the termination date mentioned in that notice, not after the termination of lease. So that will certainly help. So the termination date of the notice, because the notice will create a date for yourself based on the required time frame that you have to provide to your renters. That is critical. Also, mention the sentence that you are aware that you cannot release the property to a person. Highly critical that you use that word, you cannot lease, and you understand that you cannot lease the property to a person for a reasonable time frame mentioned under the Act, unless approved by vacate. Critical parts, these small wordings make a massive impact on getting your properties back. There are so many different ways you can get your properties back. Obviously, they have to be genuine, and the wordings in the notice and the documentary evidence has to be attached. In the event if you are moving into your property or your family members are moving into your property, must have a stat dec, which is detailed. If you are selling the property, you must have a sales authority signed up prior. In that sales authority, you must tick the word you're selling the property subject to vacant possession. I've seen a lot of cases taken over from other agencies where the property managers have ticked the word, tick the option off subject to tenancy, the property selling subject to tenancy. What happens is then the matter goes to vacate. Most of the members would actually pick that and say, well, you guys are trying to sell the property with the tenants. Why are you asking them to vacate the property? In some instances, even though you've done the right documentation, vacate has been seen to still allow tenants to stay in the property and pushing back to the landlords and rental providers and property managers, advising that you should sell the property with the tenants or renters. Now, it is critical that when you issue this notice, that you must mention and you should have intentions to do some works in the property to make it look presentable for the sale. So mention that in the notice. With regards to presenting a case, you must also have enough evidence that you would be doing some works to the property, or why the property would not sell for a fair and reasonable price if the renters are not vacated. Use the section 330A, which is Reasonable and Proportionate Act. However, doing so, you need to have enough information prepared in the start, and also have some communication documents with the renter and put them in as well. So it's critical. It's not when you issue the notice, it's when you're about to prepare the notice. The documentation's beforehand. If you are planning to sell a property, highly recommended that you actually plan at least a month or two in advance. Thanks guys, take care.